Mess up. Okay. Well, thank you all for being on this call tonight. We truly appreciate it. We are so excited because we have an amazing mission to tell you about and just an amazing solution to tell you about. So myself, my friend Julie, and Andie are a part of an amazing group called the Healthy Living Revolution, where together we are coming alongside of individuals and families and helping them to take their health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. And we are passionate about the message that we have to share tonight. And so we're excited that you're taking a little bit of time out of your busy life to hear this. So currently today, there are two startling trends that are happening in our world. And the first is that our environmental toxins are increasing. So whether this is with products that we're putting on our skin, hold on one second. Babe, can you please get Stan? So whether this is with products that you're putting on your skin, the air that you're breathing, pharmaceuticals that you're taking, the food that we're eating, our world is so much more toxic today than it was for our grandparents, and even more toxic than it was for their parents. And at the same time that this toxicity level is increasing, our food quality is severely decreasing. So I know 6 years ago in my health journey, I made this big switch and I stopped looking at calories and fat, and I started looking at ingredient labels. And I was shocked when I realized I wasn't really eating food. I was eating food-like products. Much of what I was eating I couldn't even pronounce. So our food should really be our first defense against this increase in toxicity, but it's actually contributing to our toxicity. So it's full of preservatives, enhancers, pesticides, emulsifiers, and it's exacerbating the problem. So this is Dr. David Katz. He's the head of prevention at Yale University and absolutely brilliant. I got to hear him speak a few weeks ago in Tampa. But he said that this may be the first generation of children to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. And since he has made this quote, it's actually been proven true. If we do not make changes, this will be the first generation to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents. And this is very alarming. I wish this was being talked about on the news every single night, because in all of documented mankind, we have always lived longer than the previous generation. So with all of the medical advances that we have today, we are doing something that is causing us to have a shorter life expectancy. I don't believe that's going to happen. I believe we're going to make the necessary changes to fix this, and that's why we're on the call tonight. So by the age of 12, many of our children have developed the beginning stages of hardening of the arteries. 1 in 3 children is obese, 1 in 3 will develop diabetes, and more than 25% of children take prescription drugs on a regular basis. So this is Dr. Bill Sears. He's known as America's pediatrician, and he shares that adults really aren't doing any better. So 1 in 3 people live with some form of cardiovascular disease. 1 in 3 women will have cancer, and 1 in 2 men will have cancer. I'm going to repeat that because, again, I think it should be on the news every night. 1 in 3 women will have cancer and 1 in 2 men will have cancer. Again, I think we're going to change that stat, but that is an alarming statistic. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, but I'm done with all the depressing stuff, I promise. The reason we're on this call is because of this quote right here at the bottom. 75% of all chronic disease is preventable. And the truth is that here in America, we are dying of lifestyle-related diseases. And we have to make some changes, and we should feel very empowered by the control that we have and not discouraged. And so again, you're going to leave here tonight with some solutions. So oxidative stress is linked to poor health. So what the heck is oxidative stress? Well, it really is the root of all disease, aging, and death. It is the aging and the damage to our cells. It is also the beginning of inflammation. Oxidative stress causes inflammation. So what is it? It's happening to all of us. It's happening to us all the time. If you're breathing, you have oxidative stress, and it is the result of life, good or bad. So if you're smoking and staying up too late, you have oxidative stress. If you're exercising and up late nursing your baby, you have oxidative stress. That is normal. We were supposed to have this, but we were supposed to be able to help our body defend against this with antioxidants. So I want you to consider an apple. When you cut open an apple and the flesh is exposed to the air, you know that flesh begins to oxidize. It begins to brown and to age and to rust. But if you were to take a lemon and squeeze the antioxidants and the lemon juice over that apple, you would delay that aging process. And the same thing happens to us internally and to our cells, delaying that aging process of our cells. So our best defense against this oxidative stress, this aging and damage is antioxidants. And we all know where we get antioxidants from fruits and vegetables. But today's mass-produced produce is packing a much less nutritional punch. And the first big reason for this is soil depletion, but I'm not going to go into that tonight. The second reason is that it's mass-produced. I mean, I can drive up to Schnucks and buy just about any fruit or vegetable I'd like, but that fruit or vegetable was picked about 2 or 3 or 4 weeks before it was ripened on the vine. So the fruit and vegetable, similar to a baby, needs to be connected to the plant as long as possible. It gets most of its nutrition within the last 24 to 48 hours of ripening on the vine. And we're buying green bananas at the grocery store, and our tomatoes are just turning red in a truck full of gas. We aren't getting vine ripened produce. And this is the result of it. The iron content that was present in a bowl of spinach in 1953, in 1997, you had to eat 43 bowls of spinach to get that same iron content, and that was over 20 years ago. So I know it is not any better today, and I actually believe this slide right here sums up those statistics from those doctors. Because even though we are trying, and I'm sure many of you on this call are moms, we are trying so hard to feed our kids well and to feed ourselves well, but we're not coming close. And this is a big part of it. We just are we're at the bottom of a really steep mountain. We need all of the help that we can get. So many people are interested to know that, back in the 1950s and 1960s, we knew we had a deficiency. So we decided to bridge the gap with a multivitamin. And at that point, we thought there were 12 essential vitamins that our body needed. Well, since then, and this is newer research, we have actually located over 20,000 different nutrients in one apple, over 14,000 nutrients in one avocado, and over 25,000 nutrients in one blueberry. And we believe we are really just scratching the surface. It's like if Galileo said, there are 350 stars in the sky. We probably will never know what God really put into these amazing plants to do what they do in our body. But what we know is that we need the whole fruit. We need the whole vegetable because these ingredients work synergistically together. So ingredient number 7, ingredient number 52, and ingredient number 10,011 all work together. And there are 2 awesome ways to explain this. The first is lycopene. It's present in a tomato, and it's known to fight prostate cancer. But they're finding that when you remove the lycopene from the tomato, it has 0 effect on the cancer. And that's because that lycopene is working with the other thousands of ingredients to do what it does in your body. And the other awesome example is that an apple has 5.7 milligrams of vitamin C. But when you eat the apple, it is comparative in your body to an isolated vitamin C tablet of 1,500 milligrams. And that's because, again, your body knows exactly what to do with that perfect vitamin C from the apple that's working with all of the other thousands of ingredients. So we do not have a vitamin deficiency. We have a whole food deficiency. So, of course, we all know for a long time it was 5 a day, and then they increased it to 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. They recently did a big campaign saying more matters, and they're right. I have read a study that suggests that within the next 50 years, our suggested servings amount will be 30 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. And so I'm on the call tonight. My friend Julie's on the call, and Andie, because at some point in our journey, someone introduced this amazing solution to us called Juice Plus. So this is a very unique product. It was developed over 30 years ago by a doctor. His name is Dr. Smokey Santillo, and he was more of a holistic practitioner. He helped cancer patients juice, and his dad was diagnosed with lymphoma, and he was given 3 weeks to live. So Dr. Smokey decided that he needed to find a way to make his juice more powerful. So instead of juicing the fruit and vegetable, he was going to take the whole thing with the pits, the peel, the rinds, the seeds, even the leaves whenever possible, because much of the nutrition is even outside of the flesh that we eat. He, of course, allowed it to ripen on the vine, and then he put those fruits and vegetables into a Vitamix, and he blended it up, and it resulted in a slurry. He dehydrated that slurry at a cold temperature to preserve the nutrients, and it resulted in a powder, what we like to call powdered produce. And he just pumped his dad full of this powder. And he ended up living for 6 more years. And not only did he live, but he thrived. He had a great quality of life, unlike many people that are fighting cancer or dealing with treatment. And it was at that point that Dr. Smokey knew he was onto something. So in a second, I'm going to tell you what makes this product so amazingly unique. But for a moment, I want you to look at all of these colors and all of this variety on the screen. And just imagine the compounding effect of you and your husband and your children and your parents getting this nutrition into their body every single day. I've talked to people before who say, well, I just need more greens, or I eat this, so I need more of this color. And the truth is, we all need more. Nobody has too many plants in their body right now with what we're up against. And we need this variety of color because they all do different things in our body. Okay, so what makes this product so unique? Well, the first and my favorite part is that it's food. This has a nutrition label, not a vitamin or a supplement label. When my son was 6 months old, I opened up the capsules and put it in his food. And that's because if you can eat food, if you can eat fruits and vegetables, you can eat Juice Plus. There is no warning label. Not only is it safe while you're pregnant, but it's recommended, and that makes sense to me. I love that about it. It's full of that phytonutrition, all of those thousands of ingredient, not isolated vitamins, non-GMO, dairy-free, and gluten-free. It has an NSF certification, which is a third party that validates that what we say is in our product is, and nothing more. It's the highest level of certification you can receive. We've had it for over 20 years. And it's also what ensures that those powders are free of any herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, yeast, mold, and bacteria. Again, so important, because even when I go to the store and I buy organic produce, I don't know that it is free of all herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides. And then finally, when the product hit the market 25 years ago, people had unique experiences, and you're going to get to hear from Julie tonight to hear her amazing experience. But they decided they wanted to see what this product was doing in human beings with blood drawn. So today we are the most researched nutritional product in the world with 38 published studies and 9 underway. We've been researched at Brigham Young, Yale, Vanderbilt, Andie Anderson Cancer Center, in some of the most prestigious facilities, and published in some of the most prestigious journals, proving what this product and these plant powders do in human beings with blood drawn. So I'm going to tell you my favorite study because I can't help myself. This was done at the University of Maryland. It's the brainchild of a group of cardiologists, and it was published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, which is one of the most prestigious journals there is. And these cardiologists knew that 50% of heart attacks happen 4 hours after a high-fat meal. It's why Thanksgiving and Christmas are terrible days in the emergency room, and they decided they wanted to see the effects of Juice Plus on heart health. So they took a group of people to a very popular fast food restaurant and fed them a pretty standard fast food breakfast, waited 4 hours, and measured the constriction in their brachial artery. So that's this gray bar that you see, which is pretty remarkable. 4 hours later, they had 40 to 50% constriction. So their body was working 40 to 50% harder to pump their blood through their body after that meal. And then they divided the group into 3. They put 1 on a placebo, the second on our fruit and our veggies, and the third on our fruit, veggie, and berry blend. And they waited only 28 days, and they took them back, fed them the same meal, and measured their constriction in their artery. That's this purple line. The green one is on day 21. Purple is on day 28. So as you can see, the placebo group had a slight reduction. They also had the least amount of constriction to begin with. The group on our fruits and our veggies, they had 68% less constriction just 28 days later. And then the group on all 3 with our berries, they had the most constriction to begin with. They went from around 50% to less than 1% constriction. And they had a reduction in constriction of 98%. And the reason why I love this study so much is because they did nothing else. All they did was add 6 capsules of whole food concentrates into their body every single day, and their body knew just what to do with it. It proves what the government is saying. They're getting something right, that more matters. We really do need more, and our body knows what to do with it. So I love that study. Secondly, we have this amazing product called our Juice Plus Complete Shakes. They come in chocolate and vanilla. They are absolutely delicious. Again, they are food with a nutrition label. This is not a protein shake. I want you to consider real quick that your body's like a car. A car needs oil and gas and a high quality of each to run well, and your body needs micronutrition and macronutrition. And just like you can skip an oil change or delay your oil change or use a low quality oil, as long as you have gas in the tank, you're usually going to be fine for quite a while. Our body's the same way. We usually skip the micronutrition. Those are those thousands of ingredients in that apple. That's what's in our capsules. That's what gives us cellular health. We aren't so good on that, but we fill up with gas. We've got an abundance of macronutrition, which is proteins, fats, and carbs in our country, but very little of it is of high quality. And that's where these shakes come in. These will actually fill your body or your belly, and they're full of amazing ingredients. So they are low glycemic and they stabilize your blood sugar. The number one thing my friends tell me about these shakes is they actually keep them full. And it's not because they have loads of protein in them. It's because they keep your blood sugar stable. They're vegan and non-GMO, gluten and dairy-free, plant-based protein. They have 24 plants in them and some powerful prebiotic fibers and oligosaccharides. And those oligosaccharides help to heal the lining of your gut. So if you have leaky gut issues, or probably most of us do, it's going to help to heal your gut. If you are not regular right now, or your children are not regular, they will be with our shakes and our capsules or chewables. So last October, so it's been a year, our company introduced our Omega blend, and I was annoyed because I believed we had the best product in the world, and why were we messing with perfection? But I am eating my words. So I didn't realize that omega fatty acids are known to support our heart, brain, joints, skin, and eyes. Many people are bridging the gap with a fish oil, but that is simply not sustainable. It's really hurting our oceans and our fish supply. Also, it's more toxic. But the really interesting piece is that the fish get their omegas from the algae. So we skipped the fish. We went straight to the plants, straight to the algae, and we have a totally plant-based omega. And it's full spectrum. It's omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9, coming all from plants. And we believed that God put all of those on the earth for a reason, and we need each of them in a high quality. I didn't realize I had anxiety, that's exactly what I was dealing with every afternoon until I got on these and it went away. And I had so many other friends who had that same experience. So I am so super thankful for these amazing things. Also, no fishy burp, because they taste like orange and vanilla. But what's even most important is it is the only omega I'm aware of that has cold press technology. So whenever it's encapsulated, many omegas are fully encapsulated. They have to be heated up to be encapsulated, and that degrades the quality of the oil or makes it rancid. So no one wants to take a rancid oil pill. So you won't be doing that with our omega supplement. And then to sum this part up really quickly, this is Dr. Richard Du Bois, head of infectious disease in Atlanta, named America's top doc multiple times. He was one of the first of now thousands of healthcare professionals to recommend our product. And he says, there is nothing available anywhere else in the world with or without a prescription that has been clinically proven to do what Juice Plus does. That kind of sums it up right there. So at this point, I'm going to ask Andie to unmute herself and to just share why she decided to add Juice Plus into her regimen. Take it away.
Okay, well, thank you. It's kind of hard to follow that, but it's just so good, and I'm hugely passionate about health. I just there's just nothing else that replaces nutrition. So I know a lot of friends do oils and herbs and all these other things, but there's nothing else that replaces nutrition. We need these vital phytonutrients for our body to function properly, and I really like Julie's analogy with the car. And I think it is as simple, like, if our car runs out of gas, aka our body, needs vitamins and minerals, we fill it with gas. We don't try to change the oil or replace the engine. And that's what we see a lot that happens within the medical community. Like things that could be easily remedied with just a better diet and something as simple as Juice Plus being integrated into our routine. I jumped on board. I mean, I was such a skeptic, and I've known about Juice Plus for many years, and I just swept it aside because I thought it was like everything else until Julie actually told me her testimony, which you'll hear, and I was able to actually listen. Maybe I was just completely closed off before, and I'm completely on board. And I just believe in the product. I believe in the mission and partnering with others to empower others to make this simple change for their health and their life. And it's just that big of a deal to me. So I'm excited, and I thank you for letting me share my piece.
I love that. I'm totally with you. I was a huge skeptic as well, and it took me taking a real look. That's how most people start out. So,
Yeah.
Julie, if you can unmute yourself and share your story, we'd love to hear from you.
Sure, I would love to. So I also, like Andie, have a real passion for nutrition and have for a long time since I became a mom. 16 years ago, I had my first son, and it was when I was pregnant with him that I started learning about nutrition. I took Bradley courses, which were natural birth courses, and they really highlighted, just how important food was. And that is a really simple concept. I know. And I think now more and more people are getting this message, but really 16 years ago, I feel like I had not heard that before. I look back at who I was and I really made no connection between what I put in my body and how I felt. I was never taught that. I mean, we ate Pop Tarts growing up. We had a like cupboard full of every different kind of cereal, Captain Crunch, Fruity Pebbles. I mean, I don't blame my mom. I don't think she really knew. But about 16 years ago, I started to learn. And as I went on this journey, I just incorporated change after change into our health regimes, and we've been pretty healthy. At that point, let's see, a couple of years ago, I had 7 children at that point. I've lost track. Now I have 8. But I had 7 children, but my 6th child was dealing with asthma, and I had not dealt with that yet. And I really didn't know what to do, but I was doing research and finding out that asthma was caused by inflammation, and he was ending up in the hospital every 4 months or so. And this went on for 15 months, the last time ending up in the pediatric intensive care unit for 2 days. Every time he went in the hospital, it was 2 nights, but this was more serious. Finally got an asthma diagnosis, went to the doctor, and he loaded me full of all kinds of steroids, then daily, and some more than that. I mean, there was nebulizers, there was just a bunch. And I just felt uncomfortable with it. Daily steroids was not something I felt comfortable putting my 5-year-old on, even though they were going to tell me all day long that was no problem. So meanwhile, I have this friend named Julie, that's the one on the call, and we are walking together. We live right in the same neighborhood, and she'd been telling me about Juice Plus, but I kind of snubbed her a bit, and because I thought I knew, and I hadn't heard about Juice Plus, which how is this possible? But I hadn't. And I said, no, I just can't imagine that would do anything. And she said she had been around this community for a while, and she really had heard some great success stories or testimonies about asthma. And would I at least maybe try it? And there was a program where kids could get it for free. So I said, free? I could get it for free. And I'm like, okay, I could do free. I'll try it. I got nothing to lose, right? It's fruits and vegetables. So 18 months ago, we started giving Elijah fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And that was the last time that, 18 months ago was the last time that Elijah had an asthma attack. Not a serious one. Sometimes he still gets constriction, but like Andie mentioned, oils are amazing. Oils are amazing. They are great, to come in and just help soothe. And that's what we do now. If we have a little constriction, we can use oils, but they're never going to get in and solve the problem. But Juice Plus did that. They got in and they solved the problem, which was inflammation. And this boy is without steroids, without any daily crutch that wasn't going to heal him to begin with. It was just going to have his body relying on that. So after that, I said, okay, so our whole family needs to take this. So there's 10 of us. So we go through a bottle every 10 days of Juice Plus. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. Well, and I love when a family has an experience like that, not because I want any child to go through asthma, but sometimes, we don't feel prevention. We don't know what we don't know what we didn't catch, the cold we didn't get, or the diagnosis we never received. And so it's really awesome when you can see it, just see the effects of good nutrition on the outside. So I love your story. I always love when Julie shares. So at this point, we're kind of going to switch gears just for a second. Because Andie has decided to align with the Juice Plus company, and myself along with Julie have also aligned with this amazing company. And if you were on this call tonight, it means that you are important to Andie and she wants you to know what she's getting involved in. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about the mission behind the Juice Plus, about the mission behind the Juice Plus company. And we really are on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. Our goal is, I always like to say they put kale and broccoli into a capsule or a chewable, and I believe every mom deserves to know that's an option, and really every person. So it is a mission to just open our mouths and share this simple solution that we found. And that's why the company makes it very affordable to partner with them. It's $50 a year to become a partner with the Juice Plus company. And with that $50, you get business websites. You get a customer facing website where friends and family can visit and check out the research and information on our products. And you get a back office where you can place orders and manage your own business. You also receive an amazing company support. We really are just in charge of sharing the solution. We don't really do much else. So the company ships the product to our customers. They bill our customers and collect from them, and then they pay us every month by direct deposit. So we carry no inventory. The only Juice Plus that we touch is our own, and we just share the solution with others. Any commission level that you hit within our company is permanent, which is very nice. And at the top level, they offer an insurance package for your whole family. This is what allows people to be able to go full-time with the Juice Plus company. There are no quotas or minimums, and again, that matches up with our mission of inspiring healthy living. We believe you're a blessing if you do a little or a lot, so we don't want you to feel like you have to do something, but you really can do this with the flow of your life. It can be part-time or full-time or in stolen moments. You're hearing from a lot of moms, so you know how this works. It's in stolen moments. But what makes a lot of sense is that my 6-month-old son and my 87-year-old grandma take the same product. It's consumable, and they take it every single day. And at the bottom of a bottle, they need more, and everybody needs it, no matter age, race, sex. Everyone needs it. And so it's consumable. And this makes a lot of sense for your financial future to invest your time into a consumable product that in the meantime is going to bless those around you. And it's what really allows you the opportunity to earn residual income. So our company is very unique in that our Juice Plus product has been around for 25 years, but our company has been around for 48. And within this space, that is very, very rare. So it's wonderful to be able to partner with this company that has such amazing longevity and really has a heart to inspire healthy living around the world. So at this point, Andie, if you just want to unmute yourself and let everyone know why you've decided to partner with the Juice Plus company, we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you for my friends who've come to listen, and I love all of you dearly, and I wouldn't ever try to push something or sell something or to solicit anyone without cause or meaning, or if I didn't believe in the product. And I simply don't have the time for that anyways. My faith does come first. And below that is definitely the well-being of my family and myself. And I've always preached about diet. And, and hearing my friends struggle and have their own health issues, it's just like, it's so nice to have something to recommend that is easy. That is easy for everyone. Like everyone can take this. My kids take little gummies, and I take them, my husband, it's easy. It makes it easy. I'm thinking about, getting them for family for Christmas, just getting them, a month to set them in and let them see what nutrition does for them, because it's so important. So me being able to share a product that can help you, that's unbelievable for me. So I'm really, really excited about, going forward. And yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place this evening. So
yep, that's great. I agree with you. It's so amazing to be able to offer a simple solution, and it's just the beginning. So I love to hear your excitement. That's awesome. It definitely matches up with the mission that Andie already had in her life, which is wonderful. So at this point, Julie, if you can unmute yourself and share why you decided to align with the Juice Plus company, we'd love to hear from you.
Sure. Well, I think I mentioned before that we have a growing family in number at 8, but also just in size. They're all getting bigger, and so is our grocery budget. And my husband is our breadwinner, and he does an amazing job providing for a family, and I'm so grateful for that. But as we were just looking at kind of not coming up short, we had made a tight budget work for many years, and we're good at that, but we're just thinking, man, it would be nice to have just a little extra. And what was I going to do? I actually homeschool as well, so there wasn't really a possibility that I was going to leave my home, and I didn't want to leave my home. So just like Andie, my faith is first, and after that, my husband, and being a wife and a mother to these children, And I didn't want to go anywhere, but still had that issue that I was speaking about. So as I was thinking about this product, I mean, I love health. I run a co-op out of the back of my house to connect local people to local farms. I mean, this is who I am. And I'm going to tell people about it anyway, because that's what I do. And really, when I started telling people about it, I told them they could go to Julie, but then Julie's like, well, why don't you just, you do this? And I'm like, oh, well, maybe I could. So I started, and I'm so grateful because it really is. It is in stolen moments. I've not stopped doing anything that I was doing. I still do everything, but I work this in, and I'm making a very good income just, 9 months in here. I'm amazed. It has far exceeded what I thought I could do in such a short time, and I'm so excited about what the future is. So yeah, great company, great people, great team. Everything that Julie said, it's really true. So at no point have I felt like, oh, I got into something and it's less than what I thought it would be. I think the company has far exceeded what I thought it would be about, and the product as well. So that is why I decided to partner, and just a little plug for what I'm doing now.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love hearing from you, Julie. So, she has had a lot of success. And the reason for that is people are looking for this solution. I mean, I was a health-minded mom. So is Julie. So is Andie. So really, we are looking for people that will help us share this simple solution with people. So we really invite you to do one of three things at this point. Number one, maybe you feel encouraged simply to start eating better and to start looking at the ingredients that are in your food, or maybe to start buying more fruits and vegetables. Or maybe number two, Juice Plus made a lot of sense to you. It is really the most affordable way that we know to get a massive amount of nutrition into busy families. It's less than $2 to $3 a day. Kids get it for free. Julie mentioned that. Children age 4 through 18 can get free capsules or chewables for up to 4 years with the sponsoring adults. So if you're interested in adding Juice Plus, simply reach out to Andie. She can help you with that. And then finally, maybe you were thinking of people who would love to hear this message. Or maybe you were thinking of people who would be interested in better health or another income stream. And if so, we'd really love for you just to be willing to connect Andie to those people, or potentially you're willing to help us connect this message to the people in your life. So if any of those options are you, please make sure that you check back with Andie afterwards and just let her know what you thought. And at this point, I'm going to unmute you all and stop the recording. And Andie, if you have anything to say to your guests, go ahead and take it away.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining. Ashley, I didn't get to